Hey plant fans, Sonia here. I was thinking for a while, wouldn't it be cool to do a show garden? To have a chance to strut my stuff in front of an audience. To that end, I entered a competition and lo and behold, my entry got through. This is the story of what happened next.
Tell us about the inspiration for this garden.
The inspiration is a trip that I made last year. This time last year I went to Ketton Quarry. It's an SSSI site of special scientific interest. It's in the neighbouring county. The thing that I really liked about the quarry, it's an abandoned site, which means that it's got still a lot of the discarded debris. There are rusted iron quarry carts and like old train tracks and stuff from the old rail system, and a lot of the buildings are still there. The stone is still there. But it was more the sense of place, the atmosphere, the mysteriousness and eeriness. That's really what I was trying to capture in the creation of this garden. So far, so good. I met these two lovely ladies.
My name's Penny Andrew, garden designer at Andrew's Garden Design.
Hi there, Karen. Are you
Hi.
Karen?
I'm Karen Bishop.
In my head, this weekend was always going to be sunny. But the reality is, it's a rain shit show. So I'm back on site, my stuff is like everywhere blown over. The foreman organiser guy, Andy Tilbury, is talking about maybe cancelling the whole show, so hopefully that won't happen, because it would obviously be a bit of a ball ache to make all this massive effort and then not actually have anybody come and see it. That said, I'm actually a bit disappointed because I wanted my planting to look beautiful, but it actually just feels wretched. It's not so good, really. Okay, that's it. It's so windy and rainy. It's kind of taken the joy out of it. Just absolutely battered, basically battered. So that's it. No more show gardens. This is it, one and only. Ta-da, the end.
So here we are with your show garden. Talk us through.
Alright, there are two halves to the garden. There is a shaded, mysterious side. There is a contrasting, sunnier side. It's separated by a muck dried stream bed to give myself an opportunity also to put some sun-loving plants in, just so I could get a bit of variety in there. So this is a shaped swamp cypress, and the grower actually wires his trees down to the ground when they're young, and he manages to shape the tree in this way. He has a load of trees like this in his nursery. I've got a shaped ginkgo biloba in the same style. I think this is particularly nice because it creates a kind of tunnel effect, and you can then grow under it. In this garden I thought it was nice because it effectively creates a bridge between the two sides. This one here is Eryngium eucifolium. Got it for its height. Eryngium variifolium. Eryngium Mrs. Wilmot's ghost. We have Eryngium blue star. Have you ever seen a ruff like this? Pure Shakespeare. This is a Cyathea cooperi, or Cooper fern. New Zealand plant, and I've had a lot of comments on this one today. People really like the height and the size of the fronds. It's only hardy down to about 0, so you've got to be a little bit careful. You could only really have it if you've got somewhere to put it in over the winter. This Sangrisoba has been the talk of the town. This particular one is Peter's. It's quite tall. I think that's why people like it. So it's really towering above the rest of the planting. On this particularly windy day, it has swayed a heck of a lot. So, what other shenanigans? I got interviewed for local radio station 103 The Eye by these two frankly hilarious presenters. And what were the other designers doing?
My business is called Franco. I'm a garden designer with my husband. Whatever he does for the company, don't know yet. The idea behind my garden is all in white. And I'm just trying to transport you to a calm place. You know, when you walk in the countryside, I love the smell, the scents, the colors, the brightness. And I just wanted to have that quiet, tranquil feeling. And most of my plants can actually be used as cut flowers. So when you go home, you can take a bit of them inside.
It's a woodland border. I live near Brighton, between the forest and the sea, and every morning I walk my dogs through the beautiful Friston forest, and it just seemed to be the perfect inspiration for a garden border. There's bark on the floor, there's lots of things like ferns, hostas. I know they're not particularly woodland, but they make beautiful leaf shapes. In a former life I was an upholsterer, and I've taken that inspiration from the shapes and the forms and the textures and translated them into the leaf patterns. There's not too much colour in my garden because there isn't too much colour in a woodland.
I'm Steve Cobb, colleague of the guy who organised this show, and I was doing the feature show garden. The concept this year for a wildlife garden. But then again I thought, let's do a little bit more than just the odd log pile of rubble, etc. Let's have one that's got a bit of drama to it, a bit of a theme to it, a bit of oomph to it. Druid theme. We've got the mister there, which is not working great at the moment because we've got high winds.
My garden was sort of based on a painting by Ketton. I was really interested in strong curves going through. Then I wanted to have brighter colours and calmer colours with more naturalistic planting here. A little area for birds to land and bees and bumblebees.
This is my garden. It's all about the quintessentially British chat over the garden fence with your neighbour. And there's two sides to it, full sun, and then on the other side we have the shady side. In the middle we've got planting pockets with invasive mints, along with a water channel which feeds down to a tank on the neighbour's side. It also acts as a water chilling channel for your drinks whilst you sit and eat all of the plants that are edible in one form or another.
My garden is everything that grows naturally in the countryside, and you can also grow at home, and it is edible. So it's a real countryside garden. It's been really lovely to have people come by and appreciate what you've done, ask questions about the plants and show a real interest and enjoy the planting.
Will you do any more show gardens?
Probably when I've forgotten how tiring this one was, yes, maybe I will.
And would you do it again?
The BBC autumn one at Audley End, so yes.
But the hardest thing is in your mind, you don't know what to expect or what's going to happen, you know, the build up, and then doubting. Because you go around, you see the other designs, and you doubt yourself about your ability to put this together. But actually it has been great fun, and I met a lot of people and I talked with a lot of visitors, and it has been fantastic.
But it's been a fantastic learning experience.
It's been a great show. It's been a bit windy, as you can probably hear, but I think we've all had a good time.
So the question remains, will I do it again? Probably, when I've had a chance to have a bit of a rest.